Subscribe our channel. Stay till the end of the stories for more twist and turn. Comment us about what kind of stories you like to hear. Wife, 27 female, wants to divorce me, 31 male, after she read my conversation with a mate on Facebook. My first time here, but honestly don't know where to go now. Been beyond devastated since yesterday. I'll try to keep it short. 2 days ago I went to a team event for the evening and left my Facebook logged in on iPad at home. My wife took it and started going through my conversations on Messenger, finding one particular conversation with a mate where she found that I had been gambling online, not big sums and exclusively for fun sports gambling, nothing that I really kept away from her that much, but from that convo she got the impression I had been gambling a lot more. I haven't really gambled for a while, and when I never went over £100 per coupon and never lost more than 5% of my monthly income, so I thought I had this under control. She was also aware I was putting some coupons in at the time. Me complaining to him about some of our issues, that she doesn't help around the house, that she spends more than she should, etc. Me talking to him about other girls, that I met a good-looking girl while walking the dog, that I have good-looking girls in my team at work, that my wife would probably be jealous, or, if she knew, she tends to be jealous, but, in this case, it was more of bragging than reality, to be fair, etc. I did however many times, and that conversation said I would never ever cheat on her, and from my POV it was just men commenting on other women in a foolish fashion. From my perspective, this was just a conversation with a mate, not particularly civil in places and, with some poorly written. She is extremely upset over it. Says she would never text her colleagues about seeing a good-looking man, that she would never complain about me, etc. I don't know what else she found, as she has really gone about 4 or 5 years back. Definitely nothing about cheating, etc., as I have never ever done that. I don't really know which of the above she's most upset above and what else she found there. I appreciate reading all of that. May have been a shock to her, and I do realize it is my fault because those conversations should have never happened. It's a guy I've known since I was 13, our conversations were never particularly civil and not something I have ever paid much attention to. Many times I'd text him mindless crap without really thinking. I would really do anything to save my marriage now. Been married for 2 years, together for 9 years, but, from the last conversation we had, it's beyond saving. She's already looking for a new place and called a lawyer. Wanted to go into couple counseling, but she doesn't seem keen on that now. Is there any way I could really explain that away or do anything to help myself here? TL, Doctor, my wife read my conversation with a mate and realized I'm a bit of a dick. Now she wants to leave me because of it, and I can't find a way to convince her it was just mindless nonsense. To read through 4 years of conversations on your Facebook without permission is a huge trust break and attack of your private space. That she found something she don't like is her fault, not yours. That what she found upsets her seems very exaggerated. Get her to talk to you what the real problem is, or which of the things she read upsets her so much that she can't talk to you about it, but have to leave without hesitation. The only solution is to talk and to find out what had hurt her so badly about this. So, she doesn't help around the house. She spends money frivolously, recklessly, excessively. And she snoops through years of conversations with your butt from boyhood. Doesn't sound like a great wife. Not sure how good, bad of a husband you are. A little gambling. A little complaining. A little locker room talk with your friend from boyhood. Not so mature. Not so bad, maybe. Depends whether that's the story, or the tip of the iceberg. I think that's it. I've gone through all those messages and tried to pick ones she could have been upset with. We are really talking about 1% of the conversation, the rest is just normal talk. The complaining about her that I mentioned, for example, was 2.5 years ago. And just once, other than that I have actually been talking only well about her. As for commenting on other women, it was 3 instances: me meeting a girl while walking a dog, Basically just said I saw a super pretty girl, me and mates meeting a girl at concert and her trying to pick me up. Wife knew the story but still didn't like me bragging about it, and me saying I have 7 pretty girls in my team and my wife would probably be jealous if she saw them, and me laughing about it a bit, which was dumb, but at the same time commenting that it doesn't really matter to me as I am not interested in any of them obviously. As for gambling, I had a bit of an issue with that before but have not gambled seriously since we married and haven't gambled at all recently, this year. I never went into debt or anything, it has just that I did that too frequently and it occupied my mind. The form in which some of the stuff was written was pretty poor. To be fair, that has been the style of our texting with that mate for ages. I should probably grow up though. I do understand that I will have to make some fundamental changes to my behavior, if I want to earn her trust back. Also, it is high time I stop acting like a 15-year-old. This was a good wake-up call with regards to that. I would really only just want to get a chance here. I fucked up and I know her perception of me is at an all-time low now, but if there's anything in me that still gives her hope that I can be the man for her, I am willing to try and build on that. Exactly. Who you are when you aren't thinking is an ass. She probably had some idea of it because I'm sure you're a bit like that around her, but now she knows that it goes much deeper. You can't convince her it was just mindless nonsense because that isn't a defense for being an asshole. Take fucking responsibility for the things you have said and done. Your wife is leaving you and you're completely dismissive of her reasons. Why would she want to go to therapy with someone who doesn't think he did anything wrong? You keep talking about how you never cheated like that is the only type of betrayal possible in a relationship. That is probably right. I don't want to sound dismissive, all the things I said there should have never been said. I'm fully willing to fix it, not be an idiot and be better going forward. To be honest, most of that stuff was not very recent either, as I had recognized that bit of a gray area in my life before and tried to cut it off. I know I hurt her and this was always going to put a dent in our relationship, but I can't turn back time and undo that. That's why I am trying, desperately, to find a way to fix it now and going forward. So you lose 5% of your income gambling, fun hobby, without so much as telling her, but she spends too much. Got it. She knew I was playing, and I did not typically lose 5% per month. Some months I lost 5%, some months I made 5%. It was just me betting on some games I was about to watch, putting a coupon before the weekend, etc. It wasn't issue of losing money but being a bit addicted, I'd say. That's why I almost completely cut it out of my life. She's not spending recklessly anymore either. That's from almost 3 years ago, and back then she was, e.g. every day she would take an Uber to work instead of public transport, which ended up taking 40% of salary, and we had a conversation about it long ago. Both of us were guilty of spending recklessly before, we recognized it and sorted that out. Is this a joke? You gamble, talk about hot women you've seen while out and complain about her spending money to your friend. Of course she's upset. I guess suggest couples counsel to try to fix it or something. She shouldn't have snooped your messages, either. Honestly, I think this might just be her excuse. Don't get me wrong. I think anyone would be upset about these type of conversations. But to initiate a divorce seems silly to say the least. The only thing you can do is just maybe write her a letter explaining her side. I am sorry about this. This seems like such a silly reason to throw away 9 years. Either she found something worse or she is using this as an excuse and isn't telling you the real reason why she's leaving. It's very odd. This was kind of the impression I was getting as well. Seems excessive to skip counseling in this situation and jump straight to divorce. Thanks for listening so far. If story have update we will post here. Like and subscribe to our channel for upcoming stories.